Alright, the first step, you get just a regular printer paper, 8.5 by 11, and you're going to want to cut it into 4 pieces. Now I will say this hobby does take a lot of paper and a lot of glue and a lot of tape, so prepare to spend a lot of money on stuff. Alright, now that you've split up the paper into 4 bits, you're going to take one of them and we're going to start with the body. So now to start with the body, you need to fold this piece of paper in half. Okay, just like that. Make sure it's even, because it's an airplane and if something's not even, it won't fly right. Alright, now you fold this half, you take each of the individual flaps and you fold these in half to the center crease line. Like this. Alright, now that you've had that, take the rough edge here, not the smooth edge, but the rough edge once you've torn it apart, and you're going to want to fold that back about 1/2 inch or so. Alright, this will create the sort of engine, if you will, of the model. At some point in the video, I'm gonna put a picture of what the aircraft is actually supposed to look like to give you a rough idea of what it's gonna do. Alright, then you're gonna take your glue and you're gonna make sure that's in view. Glue this flap down. Make sure it's down. Flip it over. And in the middle sections where my fingers are running, you're going to want to glue those sections too. Now, you're going to want to fold that over and fold this over. And alright, we're about 50% of the way done. Now with this, so after you fold them over, you're going to fold this over again, making sure that that bottom line is creased there. And then you're going to take this flap section and pull it back and make a crease like that. Alright, now open that up again in this middle section. We now need to glue that. Alright, now that we've glued this section here, we now have the body of our aircraft. It's going to look something like this. Have a little T profile. And we're on our way to making an airplane. Alright, next step is to make the wings. So you're going to take another one of your sections of the piece of paper that you've torn apart into 4 even sections. And what you want to do, on the long side, fold this in half. Why I do this is because it gives you a center line. So when you actually assemble the wings onto the body and the struts, you can make sure your wings are evenly in the center and it'll fly relatively okay. And now you're going to fold it again, long ways, like this. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the center line there is somewhat visible. Now, what you could do as an option is take a pencil and trace over the line so you could see it better, but I'm not going to do it for this video, largely because I can see it and I made a pretty good crease. Alright, now you can take this section here and glue it. Out of all the sections, this is probably the most important part of the assembly, because the wings are what makes the aircraft fly. Alright, it's nice and glued up. Fold this over, making sure it's evenly glued and pressed down. Alright, now, so there's going to be 2 sides of this, the creased side and the side that's been folded over. What you want to do is take the folded over section and fold it again to about a little less than halfway point. This gives the wings a thicker front edge, which will help give it lift. And why I leave the folded side alone here is if you want to add flaps, you can make the flaps without adding tape. I'll show you later in the video what I'm talking about. So I'll just do that section there, and there we go. All right. Now I actually forgot a section. I forgot to get a ruler. I'll be back with the ruler. Sorry that took so long, folks. I couldn't actually find the ruler. Okay, now we're gonna make slight bends to the wing, and here's the tape. Okay, And this is what kind of gives the wings its shape. So, I guess in this step, I'm going to do it as an optional thing so I can see the line better. But along that center line, draw a little half line. And from this point, you can take the ruler and find the halfway point. So it's about 7 centimeters, 3.5. Okay, why this is important. So now, take this section and fold it down as such. Alright. We're getting there. And maybe I should have done it earlier. But draw the center line on here as well. Alright. So our wings coming together. Now we take little sections that we folded down. Glue that. Alright, and that is essentially our wing done. Now what you could do as an option is tape these sections down as such. That way it keeps them down. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to build the wing struts. So we're going to take another one of these sections of the paper. Alright, take that, fold it into 4 sections. That, and then the long way side, cut this section in half. Right, and I'll be back. I think I forgot another thing I needed for the video. Couldn't find what I was looking for, but I found another thing that will help out with the video. Okay, so now you take this section and again fold it in half as such. Okay, make sure it's flushed. Alright. Now we're going to glue this half section as such. Fold that over, and then you're going to take another one of these sections and fold it again to about the halfway point. And fold that in half. Beautiful. Alright. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, now that these two sections are done, we're going to start building the wing struts. That helps build the biplane. Alright, so if you see the center line somewhere there, you're going to take this section, bend it over towards the halfway point, and you can take the same thing on this side. And then you're going to fold this again in half, like that. Alright, take that, and then you're going to do the same thing to this. Alright, this is coming together very nicely. Alright, now we have to just glue these two parts together. And this will be very nice. Just a rough dab. That, and you're gonna want to glue this, or not glue, tape it together as well, because that's not staying together too well. Down like as such. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now take these sections down as well. Alright, and there you go. You have centerpiece. Next section, with the last one, this is going to be the tail and the landing gear. So you're going to want to, again, fold this into 4 ways. And again, the long way, cut that in half. Alright, first step, we make the tail. Take this, fold this in half. We glue that. Alright, and then take this section here, like maybe like a millimeter of paper, something like that, just fold it over like this. Beautiful. Okay, just a rough glue there. Okay, and now you're gonna want to tape the section down, especially at the edges where it needs it the most. And then one's in the middle. Alright, there we go. Alright. Now, you're gonna fold this in half. And you want to fold it about here. So where the top section of this is meets halfway through on the tail planes. Right. This is the part where you need scissors. Let me go get some scissors. Alright, got me some scissors. And now we're going to glue this together. Like that. There we go. Actually, I just realized I made a mistake in one of the earlier steps on the wing sections. It does not curve back like that. So we're gonna take our scissors, cut the tape off of there, and off of there. And we're gonna peel that back as such. Alright, and what we're gonna do actually is again fold this over to about the halfway point here. Again, sorry about that, folks. I got the wing confused with a different aircraft. My mom's over here looking at me. She thinks nodding or shaking her head. She knows I'm not the most organized person in the world. She's just silently judging me. Okay. Yep. And now, take the tape. Tape the middle section. The end section. this section. Alright. There we go. Then you're going to take your ruler, and then from the edge, from the edge, mark out half a centimeter from each ends, because this is actually where we're going to do the cutting. And then from here, from the other leading edge there, you're gonna make a mark at the 1 centimeter mark. And I'm gonna draw a line. Because actually this is how the wings are actually shaped. I was wrong, and I do apologize for that. I promise to do better in my future videos. Right? And then we're just gonna cut these sections off. Okay, something like that. Now we're gonna want to do the same thing for this wing set. So we're gonna take a ruler, 1.5 centimeters, or it's almost 2 centimeters. Actually, this is exactly 2 centimeters. And take a line, halfway point there. And then do the same thing here. Do the same thing there. Or actually, whoops. Which side goes where? This side. So there actually. Okay, and draw some connecting lines. As such, take your scissors, and then cut each section like that. Right. And then top the wing or the tail plane, you're actually gonna kind of do something like that. And that. So it's somewhat rounded like that. Okay. Okay. Now, final part, landing gear. You take this section, fold it in half, glue it, as such, turn it around, and you're actually going to fold this all the way over again. Like that. again. Alright, so see that center line? I'm gonna fold that again. So you can take the body that you've made, set it like this, and along the edges, you wanna fold these down. Alright, and then take this section, and from the crease that you've made from folding it down, you're gonna again fold it to there. Take this section and then fold it to there, and now bring these two together and glue it together. Yes, that is beautiful. And you're gonna take your tape and tape that together. Alright, now it's time to assemble it. Take your airplane fuselage, gently kind of glue that front section there, and insert this section to here. Yeah. So now this sits like that. Take your tape, anchor that down. Actually, you know what I realized? We forgot another step. You're actually gonna have 2 sheets of paper with you, and you're cut out 4 more sections, and you're gonna have 1 left over. You're gonna take this, again, fold it into 4 sections like that. And like that. And then along the long ways, you're gonna want to cut that in half. Alright, and take your half sections, fold it in half, and glue it. This will be the bottom wing section. And in the picture I show you, the Nieuport 17, the top wing is actually a lot larger than the bottom wing in terms of width. Which kind of helps it with this maneuverability, but it kind of hurt the older model, the Nieuport 11, because that bottom wing was so flimsy that any sort of diving maneuver tended to rip the wing off. And then glue that here, yes. There we go. And you're gonna take your tape, tape each section. That's my mom coughing over there. So I'm just gonna go get her some water real quick so she doesn't die on set. I'll bring you a chair. There you go. I didn't really think it through. Anyway, I'm back. So you're gonna take your wing section. Now, this is the more important part. So you know when you fold this section back, you're gonna turn it over and glue it just behind the landing gear. Okay. Right there. Making sure the center crease line matches with the center part there. Okay. Then you're gonna, again, tape this down, anchor it, making sure everything lines up. There we go. Kind of messed up on the anchoring step, but oh, hold on, that's not gone well. Okay. Bit of a scare there, okay? I'm gonna take, now you're gonna connect these two together. So you see the bottom side, how you can see the two edges that wrap around there, and then this bottom section here is smooth. The smooth section is where you're gonna attach it to the top part of the wing. Alright, and you see the bottom crease part where it's thicker? That is going to go right along the edge here. Right there. Perfect. And once you make sure that section is secured, again, you're going to take some tape and anchor it down. Alright, there you go. Then, again, you're going to grab your glue. This middle section there. And you're going to want to attach this section to here. This has not gone well. There's not enough glue. So I'm just gonna do this entire bottom section there. Make sure everything's all lined up with the center area. Alright. Now, make sure everything's straight. Now, you're just going to anchor this down again with some tape. There we go. We're almost done with the Newport 11. Or 17 actually, not the 11. Well, they all look the same. Alright, and then final part is you're going to connect this section to here. Okay, and then once you've attached that back part, again, you anchor it with some tape. And with the bottom part of this section, kind of just clip it like that. Alright, this is about 90% of the way complete. So, I'll be back so I can look at another picture of it and then add some bonus parts to this aircraft. Alright, I am back, and everything looks pretty nice on this thing. Although, for the final touches like this, you could complete it from here and call it a day, and it'll still look okay. It'll fly okay, but if you want to give it like some extra looks and stuff, then I will complete that after I anchor these down. Okay, so you see that front part here? You're gonna want to cut that in half. And then fold it back. Okay, now I'm just gonna glue that section there and then anchor it down with some tape. You can take your tape like this and then cut it in half. Okay, just like that. And your last section of paper, you're gonna wanna fold this in half, like that. fold it into four ways. Fold this in half and then glue it. And then along the long way, fold it in half like that. Again, fold it in half like this. And kind of fold it like that. And then you have this part, and you glue it together. And then take the bottom part, glue it, and then you're going to want to insert that into here as such, right there. And then, as always, anchor it down with some tape. As such. That front section, just snip some off, and you're gonna want to fold it down like that. Take this other one, kind of snip off a bit of that. Alright. And then from this wing edge here, careful not to clip the wing. You're gonna want to snip that all the way off. Alright, and there you go. You have a very rough looking Newport 17. Alright, that will conclude today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.